Good morning, Ma'am Hazel and classmates. Today, Group 1 shall be presenting Module 1 of Contemporary Philippine Arts from the Regions by Alpha Joy Alpha and Daniel Adonai Agovida. Arts in the Philippines. Art or scening is defined as the different manners of expressing human skills and imagination in the creation of aesthetic conditions, objects, and presentations. And as art is not confined only to what is seen, it involves the use of all the physical senses in order to appreciate it. Art plays a significant role in the abundant cultural identity of the Philippines. The art of the Philippines refers to the work of art that's developed and accumulated in the Philippines from the beginning of civilization in the country up to the present era. It reflects the people, history, and traditions of the Philippines as a whole. So Philippines has diverse art forms from its different regions. When integrated, it gives a clear picture of how abundant the culture and the tradition of the Philippines is. Let's examine the following images and see what the Philippine arts presents, as well as how this arts reflects the Philippine cultures and traditions and the developments. The art of the Philippines can refer to the visual arts, performing, textile arts, traditions, literature, dance, pottery, and other art forms in the country. As our first sample here from the Angono petroglyphs, it's situated in Binangonan, Rizal. It's an example of ethnic traditional art. During this time, the purpose of arts is integral to life. Arts reflected the pagan beliefs and practices, everyday activities such as fishing, fun farming, and specific decorative art pattern to the community. The art forms during this time are primarily influenced by the geographical location and the experiences of the Filipinos. So for these petroglyphs, it was discovered by the national artist Carlos Botong Francisco in 1965. There are 127 human and animal figures engraved on the rock wall and dated back to circa late Neolithic. Here we see Manongo jar found in the Manongo Cave, Lipon Point, Palawan in the early 1960s. It signifies the belief of early Filipino in life after death. Now, next picture, we see the women carrying pots on their head. It's a pot dance and a performance of Kalinga of the mountain province of the Philippines. It shows the elegant grace of Igorot tribe and the skill and strength of women. The banga literally means pot. We have Spanish colonial traditions whose art forms were primarily influenced by the religion and secularization. In this time, the Spaniards used arts to propagate the Catholic faith. So, what we have here is the St. Paul Metropolitan Cathedral located in Burgos, Vigan City, Ilocos Sur. The cathedral follows a Baroque car- architectural design. The next is the painting by Josep Luciano's Dance, titled Langit, Lupa at Impierno by Josep. Yeah, and this wall painting is found rather in St. James the Apostle Church in Paete, Laguna. It depicts the heaven, crucifixion of Christ, earth, Adam and Eve, hell, and sinners with different transgression. This structure was built in 1574 and replaced as a church in 1641. So, American colonial and contemporary art traditions has modern art underneath it. It refers to the practice of art from 1860s to 1960s. The main theme of artworks in this time is national identity, such as the making of the Philippine flag made by the mothers of the Filipinos. This painting was made by Fernando Amorsolo, who is known as Grand Old Man of Philippine Art and was born in Manila. Our next painting here, a mural painting by Carlos Botong Francisco, shows the Filipinos' bayanihan tradition. It is his distinctive style and showcases mastery in art. This painting was dated 1962. Contemporary arts under American colonial and contemporary art refers to the practice of art from 1970s to the present. It mirrors contemporary culture and society. diverse and emerging art practices were being introduced in this era. So, just like this one, Cinco Marias by Federico Aguilar Alcuas was born in Santa Cruz, Manila. It depicts the variety of domestic activities. And lastly, this art installation that we see here on the left side by Leroy New was made by the for the Milagrosa Festival in Ilocos Norte. According to Leroy New, the art installation symbolizes the great festivals, feasts, and celebrations. He is born in General Santos City and is one of the Philippines' contemporary artists. I hope you have learned to appreciate the Filipino art as I have. As I turn the presentation to my colleague Daniel, I am adding an ABS-CBN report here about land art. Okay, don't play, but this was a report by ABS-CBN on a rice paddy done in Nueva Ecija, where it shows Catriona Gray amongst others like Manny Pacquiao, Duterte, Leni Robredo, as well as Gat Jose Rizal on these rice paddies as part of their art and encouraging youth to also take on farming or agricultural. Right. Thank you. And I turn over to Daniel now.